So guys, Keith Kalfas. Oh, you're crooked. You gotta be straight. Go. You'd be thinking I'm drunk or something. Jesus. Okay. You gotta look through the camera. Don't look at the road. Look at me. So you're straight, because you're not recording me. It's okay. I know how to drive and talk while you're recording me. Jesus. This isn't a safety protocol video. This is me talking about how to run a landscape business. Okay. Everything's okay. I want to talk about it raining in the spring constantly, and you're trying to get jobs done, and every single time you show up to a job, it starts pouring balls, and then you have to leave the job and pack up the crew and go back home. And then what happens as soon as you get home? The sun comes out, and now you just lost, like, every time you turn the key in your truck and you go out to a job site, you can't do the job, you just lost like $85. You're just basically working for free all spring, and you can't bitch because the same thing happens every spring as it did last spring and the spring before. And you can look at the weather and be the best weather god of all time, and it's still gonna hit you. You ever play this? The rain is coming, so we're not going to work today. Unless it says 100% chance of rain, and you look at the radar and there's like a typhoon coming at us, dude, I'm going to work. I don't care if it says rain. Unless it says 100% chance, if it says 70% chance, I'm going to work until we get rained out and moving the needle forward, moving progress forward. Because, like I said, when you call it a day, we can't work today because it's going to rain, what happens? The sun comes out and no fucking work's getting done. And your guys are out at the beach and playing volleyball and smoking weed or whatever the hell they do. And now you can't be like, oh, the sun is out. I need you to come to work now. And it's like already like noon or 11:30 a.m. Those motherfuckers ain't picking up the phone. They're not picking up the phone. And if they do pick up the phone and you force them to come in, they're probably going to start resenting you. And they're going to think you're an asshole. Because, you know, that's how it was for me when I worked a landscape job, dude. But what I did is the same thing everybody else did. I would say, all right, you know, if this motherfucker don't call me, I would give it to, I think, 11:30 a.m. or something, or noon. If he calls me past 11:30, I'm not picking up the phone. I didn't pick up the phone and nobody else picked up the phone, because now you just, as an employee, you feel like you're just getting robbed, and you are, dude. You know, it's not right. Make these motherfuckers work. There's a lot of areas of my business. I'm joking around right now because I was real stressed out, and I am stressed out over the past couple days. And joking around is how I deal with the shit. There's a lot of areas of my business that I'm like a total wuss, and that I want to grow in. Like I said in my other video, your business is a mirror reflection of what's going on inside you. You can run your ass off all by yourself and run one little crew all by yourself, or have another guy work with you. But when you grow in business, it takes the ability to, as some would say, crack the whip, or, you know, it takes an ability to be real strong and cut and dry, and look in another man's eyes and say something like, I told you to close the trailer door behind you, or to lock that up, or to do this thing, and you didn't do it after I told you 3 times. I need you to do this because this, and this. And then they get so sick of hearing you bitch about it that they just, okay, I'll just do it, because they don't want to deal with hearing you fucking bitch at them about it, so they do it. It's like employees, and I'm not talking about anybody specifically. I've been doing this my whole life, and I know you probably have too, and I'm going back to years of experience at big companies and everything, and me running crews. The reason I had to be so firm, which is something I lack now, I'm not firm enough, but I had to be firm when I worked for a big company, because I had my boss, you know, coming down on me. So when you have that happen to you enough, you're to the point where you're like, get to work. I need you to do this. I need you to do this. What are you doing messing around? I need you to get back to work. Like, you start getting real firm. You become almost like, I don't know, somewhat of an asshole or a drill sergeant. And I was like that because, like I said, I go into the office at the end of the day and my productivity levels are going down for the month. They know I'm not making my guys work. And here's the alternative. The reciprocal of that is, when your guys aren't working hard, or if you're a foreman in a landscape job, if your guys aren't working, what do? You're too afraid to put the work on them and make them produce, because that's what you do as a leader. you or encourage and influence them to produce more, train them more properly to do it, and be a better teacher. The reciprocal to all that is, I can't get them to do anything, so I'm just going to work my guts out and run my ass off to make up and compensate for what they're not doing. That's a trap you can get in that I've fallen into many times, dude. I've fallen into it today. I fell into it when I was a landscape supervisor. I'm too much of a wuss to tell these guys to pick up the pace, so I'm going to just run my ass off and run myself into the ground. And I did it, and there was a foreman at this huge company I worked at, older guy. I'll just tell you his name. His name was Marky. And Marky was crazy, dude. This guy would be in your ass yelling at you. And he said some shit sometimes that was kind of inappropriate. But motherfuckers would run their asses off. You didn't want to be caught the guy edging real slow or texting on your cell phone, because as soon as Marky saw you playing around, dude, and you weren't doing your job, Marky would come right over to you on the router. Hey, motherfucker, what, you got shit for brains? I told you. And now you got this dude, like, your hair is blowing back in the wind. You got this dude yelling, okay, motherfucker, just get off my ass. I'll do whatever. I'll do it. Just stay off my ass, and I will do my fucking job. And Marky ran a tight crew. Marky ran a tight ship, and Marky got shit done. Him and his crew had highest productivity levels because, and I asked Marky one time, he took me on the side because I was a foreman and I just happened to work on his crew that day. I'm like, how do you get these motherfuckers to work like this? And he was like, listen, this is his language. He said, the guys, their objective is to fuck you. They're trying to fuck you. I'm like, no, they're not. Come on, dude, that's crazy. You're over. No, he goes, no, they're trying to fuck you. They're trying to fuck you. And if you let them, they'll fucking walk all over you. They're trying to fuck you. So you gotta fuck them. I'm like, whoa. Marky was from the South, and that's why I loved him. He was awesome. But basically what he was saying is, if you look at it that way, they're trying to walk all over you. That's human nature. Unless you draw a line in the sand and you're like, this is the way it is, people will walk all over you all over your life, and you'll be broke your whole life and suffering in a tailspin, and you'll never get anywhere. And I'm not telling you, like, this is what you need to do. I'm not prescribing anything to you. I'm describing a situation that I'm very familiar with myself. And I'm just bringing it out into the open because I don't hear any other contractors or landscapers talk about this shit. I talk to entrepreneurs daily. I call them up and I ask them for advice. You know, and even some of them are my wealthy clients that are my friends. I say, hey, man, I'm Keith, you know, on a personal note, but still business. You really got your act together, and I want to ask you a couple questions. How do you grow a company? Because I'm having a lot of anxiety with moving the ball forward. I'm having anxiety with really being that gung-ho businessman. And every single time, bar none, no fail, they always say, like I say, have you ever had these anxieties and dealt with these growing pains? Like, they act like I'm an alien when I ask them, like, oh, you just must not be cut out for business, because it's cut and dry to me. I've always been a leader. You're either born a leader or not. You're born an entrepreneur, or you just go get a job, man. Like, I just think they're full of shit, dude. Because, there, end of video. See, when